What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 35 of The Rise of a Nation, here with FC Edmonton in the Canadian Premier League. Today we are back and we're going to be competing in the Canadian Championship. It is the semi-finals today against Ottawa Fury. It's going to be a big game. We're going to be doing both legs as well. We have got some games to, of course, recap to, and as you can see, it is August 2023. But before we do get into this fully, I do want to just talk about the future of this series and also the fact there hasn't been an episode for about 6 days at the point of you seeing this. So, yeah, obviously there has been a lack of episodes. I was away last weekend, and I've kind of just been struggling to get back into the save game. I've been thinking a lot about the videos on the channel, what I want to do. And I must admit, a little bit of the spark for this save has gone. Now, I do want to finish this year. I want to do the North American Champions League, which I'm desperate to qualify for next year. But beyond that, at least right now, I'm not entirely sure what the plan is for the series. It's tricky. Obviously, we have Leon Live going on the channel, and this series just isn't as popular. Ultimately, I do YouTube for fun. And something that I really enjoy is when I know that people are getting super on board with a save game. And unfortunately, compared to Leon Live, The Rise of a Nation just isn't comparable. It gets 3 times less viewers on most episodes, which is very, very demotivating. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So I'm going to be thinking about things. I definitely want to finish this season. And when I do finish it, I will be providing the save game at the point at which I stop, for those of you which want to continue. But I do want to just be, completely transparent with you. It comes down to my own enjoyment of the save in terms of, I'm liking the save, but I'd rather be doing the other saves, which I'm enjoying more, and I feel like other people are enjoying more. And additionally, Football Manager 2020 is on the horizon. Realistically, and announced to come in the next couple of weeks with a release date. We're talking maybe 2-3 months at a push. And one of the factors that really goes into how YouTube pushes content, and this is true for pretty much all social media, is how often people are clicking through and watching your stuff. And unfortunately, as much as some of you, and I know there are a hardcore group of you who really enjoy the series, are watching it, far fewer people are watching this compared to the other stuff that I upload to the channel. And YouTube looks at this as part of its algorithm. It views my content as being less engaging with the people who are subscribed. As a result, it doesn't get pushed as far and wide, be that to existing subscribers in their recommended on their homepage, but also to any potential new viewers. And it's just not particularly healthy for any YouTube channel to be uploading content that people don't watch, especially when compared to other stuff going on. So, yes, I'm giving you this heads up now. I know for some people this is going to be super sad news. I have talked a little bit about it on stream and on Twitter. I've continued to think about it. At this point, I don't think there's anything that can be really said that's going to influence me. But I'm going to just look to get through this season. We'll see where things are at. But I do just want to give you a preemptive heads up, I guess. But regardless of whatever happens, the save game will be available for people to play on. And continue at whichever point we decide to stop. So anyway, let's look at the positive, shall we? We're taking on Ottawa today. We've actually been on our best ever winning run. We, of course, took on Unionville Milliken in the Canadian Championship. We overturned a first leg loss to win 6-1. Following on from that, you can see we beat Trinidad. The Police of Trinidad, weird team name, 1-0 to continue in the North American League. We then beat Halifax Wanderers 3-0 in the first leg of the Canadian Championship. You can see here Steve St. Duck with a brace. He has been in pretty good goal-scoring form in the Canadian Championship. 5 goals in 2 appearances for him. Following on from that, back-to-back wins against Pacific FC and Forge were nice to see. Jordan Hamilton twice getting on the score sheet in those 2 games. After that, Canadian Championship second leg against Halifax, you can see we won 2-1. They did score early on, but we bounced back well. Nick Daly and Mora with the goals. And then following on from that, we took on Pacific FC, won that one 2-0 away from home. Karata with a goal, which was nice to see. And most recently, we took on Platense, who are a Honduran side in the North American League first round. It was the first leg. The goals in this game came quite late. If we just look here, we scored in the 87th and 91st minute. We did have a man sent off as well in this game. Baloo, he just lost his head. He got not ideal really to get him sent off there, but we came through it strong despite being a man down. We scored 3 in the second half. Had we not got the late 2 goals, I probably would be talking about doing the second leg in this episode. But as things stand, we could be focusing on the games against Ottawa. We're in the Canadian Championship semi-final. You can see Vancouver and Montreal meeting in the other semi-final. This could be our best chance ever to win the Canadian Championship, just based off how things are looking. Of course, in real life, Cavalry beat the Vancouver Whitecaps just this season. So maybe we can do it here in FM over 2 legs. That is certainly going to be the dream. Anyway, we've got a little bit of team stuff to sort through here, because I've not really thought about who I actually want to pick today. This has kind of been the team I've been leaning on quite heavily as of late. It's been doing pretty good work for us, in truth. Deshays and Mosavat playing alongside Mora. A fair few Canadian players in this starting 11, actually, which I know will please some people. I do know there has been concerns, shall we say, raised about the lack of Canadian players at times. But, well, we have lots with secondary nationality, but equally, there are a few very, very exciting young Canadians in our team who I'm excited to see do work for us. Anyway, I think this is the team we're going to go with. It does mean we're going to have Vim and Jose Hernandez on the bench. Two very, very talented players who, in recent weeks, have really been, I guess, throwing themselves into contention. Hernandez was not registered for the first half of the season, but with some of the registration that's been going on, he is now available. I can't remember exactly when we were last here in terms of what I talked about, but we have had a few little dealings, like Peter Shale has gone away. We've also loaned Denis Oblak, who was the young Slovenian, I want to say, Slovenian, who we signed at the start of the season. We've actually loaned him out now for £2.2 million for the next 2 years, similar to all the previous deals we've been doing. Steve Jordan has gone to Halifax for £40,000 a month as well, really cashing in on some of our youngsters. But yeah, you can see here there's been quite a lot of business been going on in the kind of July transfer window. Lots of loans for the most part. Peter Shale has gone to York 9. He was only ever really a backup. On the ins, we have signed one guy, Georgi Demetradze. That's definitely not how you say his name. This guy looks very, very good. We have just a habit here at Edmonton of having absolutely nutty centre-backs. The only real concern is trying to get them all registered, although if we just look at our current registration situation, you can see we have actually got all of our players registered and within the foreign player limits, which is good news. You can kind of see how it all slots in here. We are heavily reliant, of course, on players filling the under-19 spots. Those players will not be under 19 next year, so a headache to be had there. One of the most interesting ones was actually Karata, who was previously taking up a foreign player spot, but now that he's taken up Canadian citizenship, because he's under 20, we just don't have to register him at all. So that was what kind of gave us an extra spot in the team. But anyway, let's get into this, shall we? We're going to be taking on the Fury. It is the Canadian Championship semi-final. I'm hoping that we're going to hit the ground running here and get a good result in this first leg, and then going into the second leg we can continue to perform well. We will have to see whether or not that is going to be the case. Go tell the players that I believe in them. You've got a lot to come from this game, boys, and I completely believe in you all. Look at that. Away from home here, so away goals. Away goals do count in this. They do. I'm certain of it. So away goals are a big factor. So in this first leg, we want to get a few good results. Of course, outside of this, we have got 2 games between the first and second legs. I'm going to do those off camera. One of them is in the North American League. The other is a game in the Canadian Premier League. But of course, in the Canadian Premier League right now, we're looking very, very good. And while Nick Daly is looking good here, he breaks through. Monsalve, what a stop that was by the keeper. Got a really strong hand to it to put it around the post. Can we make anything of this corner? Nick Daly whips it in, headed away. Only as far as Deshays though, and while his attempted pass is blocked. Mora to clean up the pieces, but you can't help but feel that it's a pointless highlight, and indeed it is. Interesting to note with their team, they're playing a very, very, very attacking system. They're playing with defensive mids and attacking mids. Probably going to be looking to be quite direct in their play. Might limit the space that we have to counter in, and equally we've got to be concerned about being overwhelmed as Jimmy Sanon grabs a goal there. Charlie Ward, their central attacking mid, with the ball out wide. We might have to monitor things here. We might have to weigh up going to the 4 at the back, because they do have some very, very good players in the wide areas. You can see here, Baloo Tablet, he's just fallen off his man a little bit there, he has. Debatably could have brought in Karata for him now that I think about it. Is Karata on the bench? He's not. That might be a mistake. I feel like Karata might have missed the last game through suspension or a light knock. Either way, Tabla probably is the better player. I say that and he just gives away a penalty. What am I saying? He's on a yellow card now. He got sent off in our other North American League game. We've got him on loan from Atletico. I think it's Atletico. Is it Bilbao? It can't be Bilbao. because they're Basque players only. Either way, he's not looking like the best signing right now. Anyway, I feel like a change in plan and in system is probably needed here. So we're gonna have to go more defensive, I feel like. The only issue here is that we really don't have the players just to change to this kind of system easily. But we'll do what we can. I mean, I've not even got a left back on the bench now I think about it. I've really not made things easy for myself here with my team selection. I feel like I kind of went in with the assumption that I knew what I was doing, and if there's anything I've learned, it's that I never know what I'm doing when it comes to FM. Maybe it's a bit too reactionary to change things just yet. Let's see how things play out as Deshays has an effort. They've only had 2 shots. Yes, they've had 2 clear-cut chances. We had 1 clear-cut chance of our own. We're 10 minutes into this. One of the goals that they scored was a penalty. Let's not overreact just yet. Although the need to sub off Tabla is kind of real. I want to do it. Anyway, Baloo here, he's got the ball. What can he do? Can't even beat the first man. It falls to Mosavat. Deshays with it now. To Hamilton, who hits it. And, well, that's why we've not changed systems right away. Deshays with the assist. Jordan Hamilton with his 7th goal of the season. It could prove to be a critical away goal. And we have had slightly more of possession in this game. The build-up play was not perfect, but good to see Mosavat and Deshays linking up. Hamilton just found an inch of space. And he took that inch of space and made the most of it. Lovely little finish into that bottom corner. I think we're going to be okay here. I don't want to change things too drastically just yet. They've had a really bad team shout done to them. So we're going to go in with one of our own. Looking for our players to be focused here. Ever since we got that goal and got back into this game, it just feels like we've taken it up a notch. Statistically, we are very much in control of this game. Almost 60% of the ball. Can we have something happen here? Tabla puts it in. It's headed away. Well, by Hamilton, it hits the post and goes out. Nick Daly couldn't make the most of the rebound. Another corner earned. The woodwork there, the difference between us being even in this game and, well, it remaining 2-1. Ball whipped in, headed away. Promising signs here. I'm glad that we didn't change things too drastically too soon. Maybe the fact that I don't have a left back on the bench is actually going to prove to be a really fortuitous decision in the grand scheme of things, which kind of convinced me to not change system. I am still really nervous about the booking. I'm not going to lie to you. It's Nick Daly. What a ball that is. Oh my word. Oh, can we discuss that pass? Can we discuss that pass by Nick Daly? That is absolute filth. The run by Jordan Hamilton is superb, but just look at this ball. Captain fantastic. Oh my god. And on the volley by Hamilton, lovely finish. Yes, it's a clear-cut chance. Yes, it's a one-on-one and you expect him to take it, but the composure shown by Hamilton there, and also the confidence just to take it first time like that, is top-notch. Having been 2 goals down in this game, we have fought back. And at 2-2, you'd feel like the comeback is on. I'm going to take off Tabla. Unfortunately, the only real option I've got... Well, I could bring in Chung, or... And it would be a little bit of a left field decision. Or right field, because it's a right midfielder. I could bring in St. Duck to play right mid. Where we've been training him to play. You know what? Steve, I know you've been learning it. I know it's early days. Show us what you've learned out on the right wing, please. Caden Chung I like, but he's a bit more of a defensive option. Deshays, free kick, hits it. Oh my word, did that hit the crossbar? I don't think it did. It was ever so narrowly over. Almost put us into dreamland. He's been one of the best players for us, Deshays, in this game. He's got an assist to his name. Look at the stats. We are bullying them right now. Very relieved to not change system. Deshays, his pass was blocked. Mosavat now with it. Now with the duck. Show us what you can do out on the right wing. Crosses it in. Not a bad ball. Hamilton falls to Mora. Bill, go on Adam. Have a go. Takes it round his man. Passes it across. It's cleared away. Have got to be a little bit wary of the counter-attack. That is probably where we have the most to fear in terms of from Ottawa. What they might possess on the break, because they're obviously playing with 3 attacking midfielders who are going to stay up and want. Nick Daly shows no fear. It's 3-2 here. What a match this has been to come back to. As I said, it's been a week since I played this save, so it has been a little while. It's like we're being welcomed back with open arms. Adam Bill with some nice playing. It's Jordan Hamilton this time turning provider for his partner in crime. Him and Nick Daly really hit it off last year. That was the year where I feel like they became our nailed-on strike partnership. St. Duc kind of got relegated to backbencher, but it's nice to see them all on the pitch together playing, and great to see both Hamilton and Deshays Deshays and Daly and everyone else, to be honest, playing so well. Speaking of the devil, what can Deshays do? Threads it through to Hamilton. What a ball that is. Can he get his hat-trick? Of course he can. I mean, what a performance. What a performance in this first leg. Deshays, what an assist. So much to love about this goal. Deshays picks it up. He runs at his man. They look very, very composed, Ottawa. But that pass just slices open their defence, and Hamilton just takes it round the keeper, slots it in. I mean, we're in dreamland right now, aren't we? Could not ask for anything better from this game. I mean, wouldn't mind a fifth. Mora with it now. Goes wide to Bill, who ghosts inside. Now with Deshay. Puts it wide to St. Duc. Could look to cross it, and he does. Hamilton can't get there. It's dropped straight to Daly, oh my word. I mean, not a bad little fight back. Do we have 1 foot in the Canadian Championship final at this point? I feel like we have more than a foot in the door right now. The door's been kicked down. It's hanging on by a thread, is this door. Monsalve, well, he put in a great save right at the beginning of the game when Nick Daly went clean through. Unfortunately there, he's had an absolute howler as he's missed that. Monsalve's not had the craziest of games. You know what, we'll bring in Jose Hernandez for him. Might even be Jose Hernandez's live com debut. He's a very, very talented player. I don't really want to change a lot else. I mean, what would I change? Bringing in Lucelio for just a bit of game time? You know what? Why not? Why not bring him in for Fraser for the time that remains? Our players' body language is looking confident. Ottawa's body language is fired up. We are going to do a shout to them, but before that can even come into effect, we might have a chance here. Hamilton already got his hat-trick. Let someone else have a goal. Mora! Oh my gosh, it's been saved. Duck keeps it in. Hamilton, header! Can he get the rebound? How has this not ended up in? What is happening? Adam Bill. Dispossessed. Madness. Absolute madness. A few golden opportunities there to score. Unfortunately, we just couldn't find the breakthrough there. Deshays, free kick, hits it. Oh my god. I mean, that caps off his performance. He's pretty good as Kevin Deshays. Hometown hero. Over the wall, hit low and hard. Monsalve couldn't stop it. And for me, he's man of the match. It's mad. We've got so many players on high goals. I mean, Hernandez whips in. Oh my gosh, I thought there was going to be another. ABZ, I think, there at that time, heading it only just over. I mean, look at the ratings. Deshays on a 9.4, Daly on a 9.5, Hamilton on a 9.6. Let's just go attacking. It's 6-2. The only issue now is, do I want to do the second leg? I feel like I have to do the second leg of this just in case it all goes wrong with it being the semi-final. But genuinely, could I ask for anything more? I'm not sure. Thank God we didn't change systems is all I'm going to say, because this could have been a very, very different game if I'd panicked. I mean, I nearly did panic, to be fair. But, wow. What a comeback. What a fight back. We weren't predicted to win it. We weren't predicted to win it by 4. I can't quite believe what we've seen there. I'm going to be honest, that is one of the best performances we've seen from this team. I mean, what do you say about that? It's just absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Not much more I could really ask for. What is our currently kind of best saved 11? So it's Karata out wide, then Monsalve, Deshays, Bill. So you can see we actually did rotate the team a little bit in terms of there were a few more key players who didn't feature. I guess Karata is the most notable one. But yeah, I mean, right now, we just look great. I feel like I do have to do that second leg against Ottawa. Just because it's still going to be a big game. It's at home. It's a chance to go into the Canadian Championship final. As a reminder, if we win the Canadian Championship, we will get a spot in the North American Champions League. And I think the second Canadian spot at that point goes to another team in the Canadian Premier League. It does not go to one of the MLS sides. Not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on it. But yeah, worth being aware of. But anyway, guys, let's go forward. We've got 2 games in the meantime. They're against Platense and Valor. Hopefully we can win both of them. And, well, I imagine right now Ottawa Fury are a little bit scared of taking us on in 11 days' time. Anyway, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a second. How's it going, folks? We're back here, second game of the episode. You know what the deal is. Just a quick little update. You can see here we beat Platense 6-0. Following on from that, a draw against Valor. I'm a bit annoyed about this. It finished 1-1. Ace Fado getting a goal, which was good for his confidence, I guess. But it did ruin a really nice winning run. I think it was 12 or 13 games in one in a row. It was our club record. I guess the only silver lining I can take is at least the attendance was really, really good. Anyway, we're going to be taking on Ottawa Fury. Expect a similar, if not slightly higher attendance for this game. Of course, we did win previously 6-2, so you'd hope now that we're not going to completely bottle it. ABZ, unfortunately, out with a hernia, so we're without him. And Rocco Romeo, one of the players who would probably be in contention to fill that void in the team, is also out injured. So yeah, we're a little light on centre-backs right now. You can see it, by the way, we made obviously through in the North American League, 9-0 on aggregate. We've got Alajuelense again. We're meeting them in the quarter-final. I don't think I'm going to live-com the first leg. I'll see what the result is after the first leg and we'll come back to it. But of course, Canadian Championship final really looks like the thing to be looking forward towards and aiming towards right now. Anyway, in terms of team news, I'm still going to play a full-strength team. Obviously, a little bit of a shuffle in the defensive area with ABZ out, but Fraser is going to come in for us. And Bogdanovic, you can see here, is going to have a spot on the bench. He's not the best player when it comes to his heading, but he's a very, very good centre-back. And I'm curious to see how he gets on today. So yeah, not masses of pressure on us really after the tremendous first leg performance. I'm hoping that this is going to be a really thoroughly professional display. We go in, no nonsense, get another comfortable result. And, well, obviously go marching on into the final. The other semi-final, Toronto aren't in it. It's actually between the Vancouver Whitecaps and Montreal Impact. I believe Vancouver are 1-0 up after the first leg. The second leg of their game is being played at the same time as this game. So we should know, come the end of this 90 minutes, exactly where things stand. Anyway, we have a chance here. 50 seconds in, I mean, it's the start that we wanted. Adam Bill with the ball in. Nick Daly with his 15th goal of the season. You can see it really is a packed out ground for this match. And hopefully we're going to be able to give our fans something to cheer about. Lovely build-up play here. Adam Bill, terrific ball into the box. Nick Daly hits it on the volley, much to the despair of the Ottawa fans who were behind the goal that we just scored in. It took less than a minute. Maybe we could get a few more. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oyamada, oh my gosh, we could end up with a few more. It's Oyamada's first goal of the season. He's not exactly a centre-back known for his aerial ability, but he has just scored a header here. And, well, I don't want to speak too prematurely here, but at 8-2 up, I think it might be job done. What a start this has been, though. 2 shots, 2 goals. We look lethal right now. I mean, bring on whichever MLS team we have to take on. Of course, when we took on Colorado Rapids in the North American League, we gave them a very, very good game. It came down, obviously, to the slenderest of margins. I fancy us in the Canadian Championship against an MLS side. I'm not sure. I believe the final is over 2 legs. Although I haven't really dreamed about competing in it, so I haven't looked that far ahead. But I do believe it is a 2-legged final. We'll have to check when that comes in. As I said, Alajuelense in the North American League is on the horizon. However, we've played them a few times before. We know that we're the better team. And they're the kind of game where I feel like we'll do the first leg, see where we're at. And if it's close, if there's stuff to fight for, we'll come back for the second leg. Obviously, the quarter-final of the North American League, if we lose it, we still go into kind of the second chance qualifier. Of course, beating Alajuelense would guarantee us a spot in the North American League. Well, not the North American League, the North American Champions League. Anyway, Karata here, he is starting today, and well, he had a pretty good chance there. The keeper parried it wide. 3 half chances in this game so far for us. Already coming up to half-time, so after a quick, explosive start to the game, it has really slowed down after the opening 5 minutes. But, well, we don't need to stress too much, do we? 8-2 up on aggregate. I can't see them scoring 6 to take it to extra time. They need 7 if they want to avoid that. and to not concede. It doesn't seem very likely. Deshays has picked up a little bit of a knock. There's no point in risking him whatsoever. We'll bring in Hernandez. Jordan Hamilton's not the craziest of games. Let's bring in Vim and just see what he can do. Vim here, very, very good player. Really like this guy a lot. Partially Canadian, of course. Player we signed during our very first year. He has developed into a tremendous little striker. Probably deserves a few more starts than he's been given. I think we'll just go with a double change for now. Deshays to take the free kick. Could be on the verge of coming off. Mora, rebound blocked. Another half chance for us. Unfortunately, the effort goes wide. But, well, we're still knocking on the door for another, aren't we? Mora whips it in. Daly looked offside. Don't think it was, actually. So, a really great opportunity there. I mean, the good news here is 58% of the ball. They are yet to have a shot on target after an hour. It's game over. I hate to say it, but this game has gone. I'm going to bring in Duck, and actually I'm going to swap him in for Karata. I am going to swap him in for Karata. Karata had a good little performance here, but I want to give Duck match experience at right mid so he can learn it. Anyway, Hernandez brings the ball forward. Where is the Duck? There he is. Number 10 crosses it in. Vim is there, hits the woodwork, hits the keeper on the back and the defender. Well, he just about manages to hook it away for a throw-in right in the corner. 4 half chances, 1 clear-cut chance. I'm not entirely sure how it's only 2-0. We might have another chance here. Hernandez whips it in, headed away, only as far as Liam Fraser. Back wide with Hernandez now. What can he do? He puts it in. Mora fouled. Penalty is awarded. Nick Daly to take. I was thinking about changing the taker, but we'll let him have it. Captain Fantastic. Can he get us a 9th in the 2 legs? Of course he can. It's the 9th goal of this fixture for number 9. World Cup semi-finalist, or World Cup finalist, we should really say, Nick Daly. As a reminder, if you did skip over the episode, at the Qatar World Cup, Jamaica came runners-up at the World Cup. No idea how it happened. They actually were unlucky in the final as well. They could have won it. And Nick Daly was part of that team. Anyway, we want a 10th. It would be nice. I'm not going to lose sleep if we don't get it, but I feel like we've sent a message out here. Any MLS team watching this, heed our warning. We are a team who are going to be ready for you in the final. And I feel like if we can perform as we have here, over 2 legs, we are going to be able to give whoever we come up against a really, really good game. And of course, the winner of it will get a spot in the North American Champions League. And if we could do it, it would be pretty huge for Canadian football because it would mean another Canadian Premier League team gets a spot in the North American League. So we could potentially even see 2 Canadian teams in the North American Champions League. You can see Montreal Impact turn it around in that second leg. They win on penalties. Did they beat us last year in the competition? I feel like they did. Yeah, they did, didn't they? They beat us 4-0 on aggregate. It was quite convincing. We did, of course, beat Vancouver, though, who they only scraped through on penalties. So I'm feeling up for that game. I'm feeling ready for the challenge. We're going to play them in the final. Wednesday, the 20th of September is the day. Is it over 1 or 2 legs? It's over... Well, let's get the right season to begin with. It is over 2 legs. You can see it there. It does fall the other side of the Alajuelense games. So what I think we'll do is we'll focus on things. I'll do the first leg and see where we're at. But more than likely, next episode, Canadian Championship final against the Impact. What an exciting prospect that is for us. A few games have to be rearranged as a result. Our fixture congestion, it's going to be a little messy, but I'm excited for this. You can see the previous winners, all MLS teams. Can we overthrow them? Thaler came runner-up in the first season. Ottawa last year. We want to etch our name on that trophy, and that is very much going to be the aim here. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up everything from me today. I do hope you've enjoyed. As I mentioned at the start of this video, little update. If you did skip over it, I do recommend going and checking it out. Let me know what you make of things, although, as I said, I'm I think fairly decided on my plan in terms of finishing this season, trying to do as much as we can in what we've got left, and then making the save game available for you all. Let me know your thoughts, although, as I said, please understand that I have thought about this decision a lot, and there's a lot that goes into it. My mind, I don't think, is going to be swayed at this point, and really I just want to end things on a high here, which is exactly what we're going to try and do. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, do drop a like on it. I'll see you guys again soon. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.